Hello YouTube, my name is Raymond and today we are going to install a smart dimmer switch by TP-Link. So there's two types of switches that I purchased myself. These are 3-packs. There is a TP-Link Kasa smart Wi-Fi light switch, and this is a dimmer. They also have another 3-pack, which is just a single pole, so just an on-off switch. Today, we're going to install the dimmer. The installation of the dimmer is very similar to an installation of a regular dimmer. There is a green for a ground, a white for a neutral, and for a dimmer, there's two blacks. One is a line, which is labeled here, and this is the hot wire that comes in from your breaker to the electrical box. And then there is a load, which is labeled here. And this load is the black wire that goes from the switch to your light fixture. If you don't feel comfortable installing a light switch, feel free to get an electrician to do it for you. But these are the steps that I did to install my smart light switch. So the first thing to do is to go down to your circuit breaker and turn off the circuit that is connected to your light switch. You can tell if the circuit is live one of two ways. You can visually see that the light is still on, so that means that the circuit is still on, or you can use a voltage meter, and if it is blinking, that means that the wire is hot. So we're going to go down to the basement and turn off the circuit breaker. Now I can see that the light is off. And also if I put my voltage meter tester on there, it is not on anymore. The second step is to remove the switch from the wall. So now I need to determine which one is the line and which one is the load. For this old switch, I do not see any indication. My guess is that this is the line coming in, this is the load going out. But to verify, what I do is I will go back downstairs and turn on the power. So remember, if you don't feel comfortable doing this, make sure to hire an electrician. The next step, what I do is I turn the light switch off, and then I use my voltage tester to see which one is live. So this one on the right with the red cap is hot. This one on the left with the orange cap is not. So this is our line, and this is our load. So now I'm going to go downstairs and turn on the power off. So now I use my voltage meter again just to make sure that there are no live wires anywhere. I have my my green is ground. This will be attached to this green wire here, this green nut here. My white is neutral, and it will be tied to the white here. And I have a line and a load. So that line will go into this. It's just coincidentally that it's a red wire nut, and my load will go on this side. Now I'm removing the old dimmer switch. I removed the wire nut for the lines, and I removed the wire nut for the load. It's a black wire even though it's painted white. It looks white, but it's actually black. I've put the wire nut back on the load, so I remember when all these black wires are exposed, I know which ones are the line, the power going in, versus the load, the power going out. So the next one, make sure to give your, whenever you put the wire nut in, make sure to give your wire a tug and make sure it doesn't come out. The next one, we just did the ground, so the next one I'm going to do is the white. And you want to make sure you put it in a way that when you screw the wire nut in, it does not come undone. So that's why the wires are going in a clockwise motion, because you use the clockwise motion to tighten the wire nut. Okay. Once you do that, make sure to tug on the wire, make sure it doesn't come out. Now, the next step is this is the lines, and I kept them together, and the one load, I put the wire nut back on, so I knew I wouldn't get these wires confused. I know these are the lines, this is the load. I'm going to also add a pigtail. So pigtail is basically just a wire that's the insulation's cut off on both ends. So I'm going to unscrew my line using the pigtail. You have to make sure when you screw you make some people call them a shepherd's hook, but you make a shepherd's hook for the wires, that they go around the screw. But you have to make sure that they go around where when you turn the screw clockwise, that it does not remove the wire, it does not push the wire away. So always have the direction of the end go clockwise. Okay. And then you use a screwdriver to tighten it up. So now that I know this is my load because it still has the wire nut, I turn it into a hook. So sometimes you may need to remove some insulation. So I'm just gonna remove a little more here. Make my shepherd's hook. And then you put my load here. So this is right side up. So I want to make sure that the load is higher than the line side. Now that I have everything in place, I'm going to tuck it back in. Now that it's back in, we can turn the power on. So now that the power is on for this TP-Link brand of dimmer switch, the light flashes orange and green, indicating that it's in pairing mode. So now I download the TP-Link Kasa app, I add this dimmer switch to the smart app, and then it will connect to my Amazon app. So now that I have the TP-Link Kasa smart dimmer switch, you can turn on, off, and dim the lights with two ways. One, you can turn it off using the switch itself. You can turn it on with the switch. You can do a dimmer, and then you can use the brightness to brighten it up, or you can link it to a Amazon device and work it remotely. Echo, turn off breakfast light. Echo, turn on breakfast light. Echo, set breakfast light to 1%. Echo, set breakfast light to 100%. So I hope you learned a little bit about how to install a smart dimmer switch. This one is that I've purchased with my own money, the TP-Link Kasa Smart Switch. This is a 3-pack, the dimmer one. I'll provide a link below, and if you thought this video was helpful, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more how-tos or product reviews, please subscribe to my channel. And remember, if I can install a smart dimmer switch, you can too.